Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. My name is Muh.Rochmat Santoso, represent from first group of Discourse analysis. And today, for the first group of Discourse analysis to present about this presentation about introduction to Discourse analysis. So the first, you must know what is a discourse. Discourse is the way in which language is used socially to convey broad historical meanings. According to Henry and Taylor 2002, it is language identified by social conditions of its use, by who is using it and under what condition. Language can never be neutral because it bridges our personal and social worlds. So discourse to study about the using language about this situation or social condition in general life. And the content of this presentation main six contents or six aspects. First, discourse analysis. Second, content analysis. Third is the conversation analysis. Four is the critical discourse analysis. Five, historical overview or historical discourse analysis. And the last is the why discourse analysis.
My name is Sri Mulya. I will explain about discourse analysis. Discourse analysis is sometimes divided as the analysis of language beyond the sentence. This contrasts with types of analysis more typical of modern linguistics, which are chiefly concerned with the study of grammar, the study of smaller bits of language, such as sounds or phonetic and phonology, parts of words or morphology, meaning or semantics, and the order of words in sentence or syntax. Discourse analysis study large chunks of language as they flow together. Any four types of discourse analysis. Number one, representation discourse is positivistic modernism. The researcher is separated from the object under study and perceives the object and creates a representation of reality in the form of language expression and is not critical in nature. Number two, discourse of understanding modernism. Between the researcher and the object, or the interpretive reality under study, is not separate. Reality is defined by researchers through the interaction between those who know or research, subject or informants, and knowledge, especially from literature sources. Researchers structure observation, which therefore structure what is known or reality and is not critical. Number three, discourse of doubt, discourse of suspicion. It is structure and critical modernism. Researchers construct reality based on social arrangement frames and are critical in nature. The last postmodernism discourse is post-structural by rejecting all social arrangement and is critical in nature. Thank you very much.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Alam, and for this part I will explain about content analysis. Okay, let's see what is content analysis. So content analysis is a method that used to identify patterns in recorded communications, or research method they used to find out the conclusion of the text. Or in the other words, we can say that content analysis is the research method that seeks to reveal the author's ideas, And we systematically collect the data from a set of the text, such as book, newspaper, magazines, web contents, and social media posts. Uh, the content analysis process, we can break down into five steps. The first is identify and collect the data. The data. So the 7 major elements that are considered of performing content analysis are words, characters, items, paragraph, content, concepts, items, and semantic. The second is determine coding categories. To be able to analyze the content, it is important to divide the entire content collected to categorize so that it can be easy to manage. This is process of selective reducing, where the text is reduced to categorize so that the research can be focused on the categories for specific words. And the third is code the content. A code is the label that you're assigned to the text that has to be analyzed, and the text can be word or phrase. For example, the code for politician is assigned when there is a mention of any political person in the text. And the next is check the validity and the reliability. The reliability check of the data is important to know that the the data is reliable, which means that it should be constant throughout the measurement process. And the last is analyze and present the result. After we completing the analysis, there will be several set of information organized and available as a files, and has to be presented in a report format that can be easily to understood. And so, okay, I think that's all explanation about content analysis. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, I present about the next presentation for this material. This for the conversation analysis. What is the conversation analysis? Conversation analysis is an approach to the study of social interaction and talk in interaction that, also rooted in the sociological study of everyday life, has exerted significant influence across the humanities and social science, including linguistics. And about the method of conversation analysis, I make 5 kinds of method of conversation analysis. First is interaction as home of language, and the second is turn taking. Third is repair. The fourth was action in interaction, and the fifth was action sequencing. So this is the 5 methods you always using to about conversation analysis in discourse analysis. I think that's all. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I want to tell you about critical discourse analysis. Critical discourse analysis is an interdisciplinary approach to the study of discourse, or put simply, talk and text, that use language as a form of social practice. According to Feuchtlock, has delineated 3 characteristics of critical discourse, which describe its operation within social life as a part of action. There are genres, ways of acting, discourse, ways of representing, and stylist, ways of being. I think that's all. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fairuz, and I from group 1, and I will explain about historical overview. Historical discourse analysis is used general to trace the way in which two particular discourse device found in examining text or the sources function to destruct certain normative ideas and view of event and people. Historical stage of a language often contain apparently meaningless word and particles. Anti or repetitive process, inexplicable morphological forms or uses of inflectional form, seemingly primitive, stylistic features, and uncategorizable or odd text types. While traditionally many of these features have been viewed as grammatical, plenums, vertical expedients, intensifiers or emphatics, colloquialism or defects of style. It has proved fruitful in recent years to re-examine these features using the tools of modern discovery analysis. Why discovery analysis actually? By studying discovery analysis, you be promoting yourself as critical consumer of information. This means that you begin to view the way newspaper encourage you to look at something one way but not other. Maybe that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Fact, society as a whole, uh, as a whole, looking at how social injustice is portrayed, and how certain social group might be mispresented in discourse. Another reason is that CDR allow you to look at topics that interest you specifically. You specifically. Finally, looking at CDR in more depth will give you know to with which to study language, not just academically, but in everyday life too. For example, when reading newspaper or magazine or watching the news, and the last, the important role of discourse analysis. Number one, as linguists, to find out how language works, to improve our understanding of an important kind of human activity. And number two, as educate, uh, uh, as educate. As as educators, to find out how good text work, so that we can focus on teaching or study this writing or speaking strategies. And number three, the last, as critical analysis to discover meaning in the text which are not obvious on the surface, analyzing a politician's speech to see their preconception. Thanks for attention.